Ryan cheat on his wife with Blake. Because when Blake and Ryan met, he was married to Scarlett Johansson. I don't know about you, but if I was with somebody, they had to do some romantic scene with somebody, and then we split up and they immediately get with them, that's suspicious.
It makes me wonder if the acting was acting.
So do you think he cheated?
Well, I mean, as Lin-Manuel once famously said, no one else was in the room where it happened.
Seems like what Blake is trying to pull with It Ends With Us, she might have gotten some inspiration from Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool, a blind item from July 23rd of 2024. Due to disagreements with the north of the border actor, Ryan Reynolds, this foreign-born actress, who is Marina Baccarin, was pretty much left out of all press and any events for the new installment of the superhero franchise.
Me and Sam had our separate thing.
He's a national treasure.
So, I love him. I truly love him. I love his wife. I love his wife.
But he was rude.
Who? Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Not great to us.
Scarlett Johansson is finally breaking her silence on what really happened between her and Ryan Reynolds during their marriage. And the revelations are juicier than anyone expected. The two were Hollywood's golden couple, but their whirlwind romance ended in a shocking split. For years, rumors swirled about jealousy and temper issues, but Scarlett is now setting the record straight. The real reason? Allegedly, Blake Lively was behind the scenes the entire time, pulling strings and getting close to Ryan before the marriage ended. While many believed Ryan and Scarlett's split was mutual, insiders claim Blake played a much bigger role than anyone realized. But here's the kicker. Scarlett doesn't regret a thing. The actress reportedly feels she dodged a bullet, hinting that Ryan's good guy image might not be as squeaky clean as it seems, with Ryan and Blake often flaunting their picture-perfect marriage. Other celebrities are now coming forward with shocking stories about Ryan's off-camera behavior. Could his charming persona be just an act? As the truth unravels, all eyes are on Scarlett as she reveals her side of the story, shattering the illusion of Hollywood's most beloved couple. Stay tuned for all the jaw-dropping details.
After he got super, super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think he was like, see, you guys see? And then I think I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
Most people might not remember. So let me refresh your memory. Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett Johansson were actually married for a brief moment. The two started dating in 2007. And here's the kicker. It was right after Ryan ended his engagement to Alanis Morissette. Naturally, everyone expected him to take some time to heal, but in a shocking twist, he proposed to Scarlett in May 2008. She said yes. And soon after, she was spotted flaunting her stunning diamond ring at the Met Gala that same year. Looking absolutely smitten, Scarlett seemed head over heels, but little did anyone know how quickly things would change.
In May 2008, so I guess a year had passed, she goes on the Met Gala red carpet wearing an engagement ring, formally announcing their engagement to be married. Ryan's 31, she's 23. She looks so good.
The lovebirds tied the knot in September 2008, much to the delight of fans. But their fairy tale romance came to an abrupt end in 2011 when they shocked the world with a bombshell announcement. They were calling it quits. In a joint statement, they shared, "After long and careful consideration on both our parts, we've decided to end our marriage. We entered our relationship with love, and it's with love and kindness we leave it. While privacy isn't expected, it's certainly appreciated." Asterisk, as soon as the news broke, fans were desperate to know why. At the time, insiders claimed Scarlett was the one who initiated the split, with many pointing to their conflicting work schedules as the root of the problem. The couple reportedly spent an excessive amount of time apart due to their demanding careers, and Scarlett began feeling increasingly unhappy. According to one source, they are being very civil about it. The big problem with their relationship is the distance. They spent a lot of time apart when they were working, and she's been unhappy for a while.
Another red flag, December 2009, when Johansson told Time Out New York that she and Reynolds didn't have time for dates. We work and then we go home, and I, anyway, just stare at the wall for a few hours before I go to sleep. Like in any profession, it's difficult. You want to make sure you have time to invest in your family. It's a challenge, but it's worth it. Okay. I know her publicist is like,
But honey, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Beyond their crazy work schedules, Ryan and Scarlett reportedly had a mountain of issues, especially when it came to their tempers. Rumors swirled that both had serious anger problems, with insiders claiming their arguments were downright explosive. One particularly nasty incident allegedly went down on the set of The Proposal. According to a witness, it sounded like she was yelling every time she talked to him. When Scarlett visited Ryan on set, she was screaming at him in his trailer, absolutely going nuts. And trust me, that was far from the only time their fights got out of control.
2009, he skips Comic-Con, and reports come out that he skipped Comic-Con because he got into a heated argument with his then wife, Scarlett Johansson. And the reps, of course, denied this, and they tell people, the report is completely untrue. Warner Brothers never planned to have Green Lantern. Oh, he was a Green Lantern. That's right. As part of their panel at this year's Comic-Con. Comic-Con is a big deal. Ryan is in Europe shooting a film. Any reports of a fight are ridiculous.
But don't you dare think for a second that Scarlett was the only one to blame for their marriage falling apart. According to multiple reports, everyone's favorite Ryan was actually an overbearing control freak behind closed doors. And here's the real shocker. While Scarlett was fiercely independent, Ryan was apparently much more traditional. Talk about a recipe for disaster. An insider revealed, when he wanted her there, he expected her to drop everything and come to him. She got tired of the double standard. Jealousy was another huge factor that ultimately ended their marriage. Ryan supposedly couldn't stand Scarlett's male musician friends. And get this, he wasn't even supportive of her skyrocketing success. The audacity.
They aren't the only Hollywood couple who struggled with one party having more success than the other during the course of their marriage. In 2009, Reynolds was cast in the box office failure Green Lantern. Scarlett's career, however, was in full swing. She reprised her role of the Black Widow in the Iron Man series, which was a box office smash. And we all know how lucrative this franchise has gone on to be. The actress went on to speak to Parade magazine, saying, "Acting is a strange world to be coexisting in. It's very volatile. There's always going to be the more successful person because it's related to rejection. Actors, if they're not having success, connect it to unpopularity, so that nobody wants."
And Scarlett herself has hinted at these issues. In a revealing May 2016 interview with Cosmopolitan, she admitted, "The logistics of being with another actor are challenging. There has to be real understanding of how you share your time, especially when two people's careers are going at the same rate. Even if one person is more successful than the other, that also proves challenging." While she didn't name names, fans immediately assumed she was talking about Ryan because, duh, he totally fit the description. But here's where it gets even messier. Some reports suggest that Ryan inserting himself into Blake Lively's recent drama with Justin Baldoni is proof that he absolutely cannot stand being outshined by his partner. So, looking back, it's pretty clear that Scarlett and Ryan were a complete mismatch. But does she have any regrets? Not at all. Reflecting on their marriage, Scarlett admitted, "I didn't know what I wanted or needed from somebody else," adding that the experience helped her grow and understand herself better. She also confessed, "I didn't really have an understanding of marriage." What fans didn't know until now. The real reason for their split, Ryan was allegedly sneaking around behind Scarlett's back with Blake. It all began when the two started working together on Green Lantern.
And they were on opposite sides of the country. ScarJo was on a Broadway play in New York, A View from the Bridge is what it was called. And then Ryan was in New Orleans filming the Green Lantern opposite Blake Lively.
Eagle-eyed fans couldn't help but notice Ryan and Blake's suspiciously close bond at Comic-Con 2010 while promoting Green Lantern. Their chemistry was undeniable, practically sizzling off the screen, sparking speculation long before their romance became official.
Some footage from Comic-Con. Listen, they might have only been friends, but she is definitely giving the girl that he tells you not to worry about. I'm not saying anything happened, I'm just saying that there was a vibe. And these two would end up officially together shortly after the Green Lantern premiere.
March 2010 is when the rumors of troubled waters really started in the media. People have been saying that they're on the rocks because they haven't been spotted together recently, but that's only because they're busy working, insists a source, Kris Jenner, close to the Broadway beauty, adding that the two have agreed to be private about their relationship since it began in April 2007. She's been doing up to 8 shows a week on Broadway. It's true. I don't know how to do it.
And those hunches? Totally spot on. Just a few months later, Scarlett and Ryan shocked the world by announcing their split. And as for Blake, well, she just so happened to break up with her boyfriend, Gossip Girl co-star Penn Badgley, at the exact same time. Coincidence? I think not. Ryan and Blake finally went public with their relationship in October 2011, but let's be real, based on how they were acting before the big announcement, Scarlett had every right to be suspicious. According to some explosive reports, Scarlett was worried sick about Ryan's increasingly close friendship with Blake. And when she got tipped off about the two acting like a couple behind her back, her fears were confirmed. Several witnesses claim Ryan and Blake shared an intimate meal at a New York restaurant before his divorce was even finalized. A waitress who spotted them spilled. It was just the two of them, and they were laughing and flirting nonstop. It looked exactly like a date. If you didn't know who they were, you would definitely assume they were a couple. So, it seems like Ryan completely took advantage of Scarlett's blind trust. The betrayal was real.
About you, but if I was with somebody, they had to do some romantic scene with somebody, and then we split up and they immediately get with them, that's suspicious.
It makes me wonder if the acting was acting.
So do you think he cheated?
Well, I mean, as Lin-Manuel once famously said, no one else was in the room where it happened.
However, Scarlett has zero regrets because, let's be honest, she totally dodged a bullet with Ryan Reynolds. And with him now in the spotlight due to his wife's legal troubles, fans are finally getting a glimpse of the real Ryan. And it's not pretty. For years, he's carefully crafted his charming, good guy image, but now the truth is coming out. Turns out, Ryan has allegedly mistreated countless celebrities behind the scenes. Take Jersey Shore stars Sammy, Sweetheart, John Cola, and Dina Cortese, for example. During a juicy interview with Andy Cohen, the cast was asked if they'd ever encountered a rude celebrity. Sammy tried to keep things discreet, but Dina, she didn't hold back. She boldly revealed that Ryan was the one who treated them horribly. So, it seems like Ryan's been hiding his true colors all these years, but now, the cat's officially out of the bag.
Jersey kids, who was the rudest celebrity you interacted with once Jersey Shore became a hit?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I'm not saying anything.
Me and Dina encountered a rude celebrity once. We don't want to say who it is. Don't want to say.
What show was she?
No, not for me. Not for me, Dina.
Was Joy rude to you, Nicole?
So mean to me.
Me and Sam had our separate things.
It's a national trend.
So, I love him. I truly love him. I love his wife. I love his wife.
But he was rude.
Who? Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Was not great to us.
What was Ryan?
Oh no! I love Ryan Reynolds still. Like I truly love Ryan Reynolds still, and I love Blake Lively. So when he didn't want to be by.
It doesn't seem like Sammy and Dina were making up stories just to stir the pot, because Ryan's behavior with his own co-stars is reportedly just as bad, if not worse. Remember Morena Baccarin from the first Deadpool movie? Fans couldn't help but notice that her role in the sequel was shockingly minimal, and you guessed it, Ryan was allegedly behind it. Now, Morena didn't publicly bash Ryan like some might have expected. Instead, she took the high road, saying, "I can understand that people felt that way. And I certainly was disappointed that I didn't have more to do because I just loved the part so much. But in watching the film and reading the script, it felt like such an emotionally pivotal role. The entire arc of his character is set into motion because of what happens to my character. So it felt like I was very involved in the movie even though I didn't have a lot of scenes. But behind the scenes, the truth was far messier. Insider reports revealed that Ryan deliberately ensured that Maureen wasn't invited to the movie's press events. The shade of it all.
It's all coming out in the wash. So Blake Lively, what she did to Justin Baldoni, guess what? She learned it from Ryan. Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to Marina, her last name is Baccaron, who also was in Deadpool. You remember when she made Justin Baldoni go sit in the basement with his family for the movie premiere? Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to Marina and her family. He did not allow her to be part of any of the movie's premieres for Deadpool. Do you see a pattern emerging?
And here's the real bombshell. According to one report, Maureen was originally supposed to have a much bigger role in Deadpool 2. But with Ryan and the director butting heads, things fell apart. Ryan allegedly didn't think it was a good idea. And naturally, fans were absolutely
a little bit
livid.
more, and the director of Deadpool, Tim Miller, did this interview and said that he left the Deadpool franchise because of Ryan Reynolds. He said it became clear that Ryan wanted to be in control of the franchise. You can work that way as a director quite successfully, but I can't. I don't mind having a debate, but if I can't win, I don't want to play. And I don't think you can negotiate every creative decision. There's too many to make. So Ryan's the face of the franchise, so if he decides that he wants to control it, then he's going to control it. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does.
One outraged fan wrote, "That's so sad that Ryan ruined it. We might never get it to happen with all that's coming out about Ryan Reynolds as a person. It really seems like she was ousted at the Deadpool premiere, just like Justin Baldoni was. And if you thought that was bad, brace yourself, because Maureen isn't the only one Ryan allegedly pushed out." Actor T.J. Miller, who played Weasel in the first 2 Deadpool films, reportedly got the same cruel treatment. Back in 2022, Miller opened up on the Adam Carolla Show podcast about his rocky relationship with Ryan, describing his behavior as downright unsettling. He revealed, as the character, he was horrifically mean to me, as if I were really Weasel. He was like, "You know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you do just enough exposition so that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie." And here's the real kicker. Miller was so put off by Ryan's behavior that he flat out refused to return. "I would not have done Deadpool 3 if they came to me and were like, 'We want you back, and we'll pay you twice as much.' That's how bad
After
it was."
he got super, super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think he was like, "See, you guys see?" And then I think I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
No.
I would not work with him
that
again.
much vitriol.
But I've said that about Michael Bay, and now we're friends, and I would work with him again. But I think Michael Bay is different. And Michael Bay worked on a movie with Ryan Reynolds also. And so he has a very specific opinion.
That may mirror
of
your
Ryan
own.
Reynolds. And that was a good part of our last conversation with me and Faye. But I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool. And I think it's weird that he hates.
As for why Ryan allegedly acted this way, Miller believed that fame completely went to his head, inflating his ego to massive proportions and changing his behavior.
Coming from
Everybody did. That's why it was awkward. Everybody was like, "Why is Ryan doing this?" And the other weird thing is like, maybe he got, I think he's kind of an insecure dude. He's really nice, but I mean, his Twitter bio is showing you the parts of me that tested the best in focus groups.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure that he's joking.
So,
I think that might actually be his real sentiment there.
Miller also suggested that despite his outward confidence, Ryan is deeply insecure at his core. So at the end of the day, he was absolutely toxic for Scarlett. He clearly wasn't the right man for her, and she's beyond grateful that he's out of her life and someone else's problem now. But what do you think? Did Scarlett truly dodge a bullet? Is Ryan really as terrible as people are saying? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check out this next video for more juicy drama.